Developing story worldwide out of Berlin. That's where the Grizzlies face the Magic tomorrow. Ja Morant clearly had a lot to say to his teammate Vince Williams in practice, but this happens. An animated exchange here. Ja, more importantly, he spoke about possible trade talks for the first time. Take a listen.
And then do you think that you will be with the team past the trade deadline?
I'm the only one you asked that question to?
Oh, no, but, I mean, you're in front of the microphone, too.
Who else you asked?
Talking to the people who run the team.
What they said?
You gotta let me type the story first.
All right, next question.
All right, so Ja is saying, are you the only person I'm asking if I'll be here after the trade deadline? It's the first time we've gotten to hear from Ja Morant here, Iman.
I'm not overreacting. First off, the heated exchanges they have, they got to understand. That happens. Yep. This is basketball. Guys are going to have that heated exchange. That could just be we're getting better on defense. Like that's all that could mean to somebody like me. But when we start talking about Ja opening up and putting our eyes on it, I do think it changes a lot. I think he wants it to be a little bit more aggressive. I think he wants to have that opportunity to get up out of there. I'm excited to see where he goes.
If there's one word to describe how I'm feeling, like getting the secondhand wave of emotion, it's a little awkward. Like, it's awkward for a lot of people, and I completely agree with you. Those types of exchanges, those are natural. Yeah. And that was actually quite cordial. You know what I mean? You have a teammate step in, and they're like, okay, when you leave, that means things are okay. But the overall situation with Ja Morant is tough because he's missed 21 of their 39 games. Yep. And when you are trying to figure out where you are and how you move forward, when you have this level of quote-unquote distraction based off of his availability or not, that's tough. And it's also tough to realize, like, the years have not been benefiting him. Yep. Someone that has been, unfortunately, injury-prone, but also prior to that was one of the most electric players in the NBA. Right. And it's hard to part ways with something like that, but it just seems like this is a natural course of evolution when things get this awkward.
And he's out right now, right? He's about to miss his 6th straight game. Over the last 3 seasons, he's only played in 38% of Memphis's possible games. But this is a very unique situation here, Bobby.
Well, it's unique because I do think there's some vulnerability with Ja Morant. Remember, this is a player, we can debate if he's still the face of the franchise here, is in trade talks for the first time in his career here, right? This is someone this is new to him. I do think we're in a little bit of uncharted territory from Ja Morant's perspective. He does not have an agent. His Uncle Phil is his advisor. They started their own company within the family here.
Uncle Phil, not doctor.
Uncle Phil, okay. Yes. We don't want to go Dr.
You like
Phil.
Uncle Phil, though?
So this is all new to Ja Morant as far as hearing his name in trade rumors for a team that, let's face it, the numbers are the numbers. They are a better team right now when he is not on the court.
Right. So considering the numbers, considering what we've heard, considering Shams reporting, is this relationship salvageable in your mind?
I still think it is. I mean, he still has 2 years left on his contract. I think it's salvageable if he can get on the court and play at a high level, and we'll see if he does that in Berlin and then London.
Yeah, I think that Ja Morant is one of those guys that we all understand that rhythm is going to come from situation. It's going to come from how you're feeling and how you're playing after an injury. But when we start talking about a healthy Ja Morant, I don't think there's too many people in the NBA that are going to look me in the eye and tell me he can't be effective or the magic has run out for him. I don't think there's been anything that's happened that has been an indication of that. I think he's just in a terrible situation.
The only thing that gives me a little cause for pause based off of what you say is that we've seen, the Grizzlies move in a different direction when it comes to coaching style that does not necessarily benefit his style of play. And so when, he's not alone. Ja Morant, Trae Young probably felt the same way, seeing his team succeed without him. But the reality of, like you said, the numbers the last few years, the last thing you want is your team moving on without you. But it seems like that's the course it's going on.
And this is unique because he is representing, in a lot of ways, he's working with his family on this. And there's a unique title, right?
There
to
is.
Family business.
One of the words in the title starts with a C.
Okay.
And it's control.
Okay.
So how do you control the situation when your name is in trade rumors here? How do you control the narrative if you are Ja Morant moving forward here? And I think that's going to be the most interesting thing to watch as this situation evolves.
The answer is by being on the floor. That's the only way you can control. And right now, that's been his biggest issue.
Right. 6 straight games here coming up missed for Ja Morant. And that is Wemby and the Spurs in OKC again. Popcorn. Man, I was looking forward to this one.
Bonafide rivalry.
It was. And you know when the moment was? This one right here.
From the jump, I was like, they want the smoke. I mean, they're attacking of the basket right here, the arena. You could hear it. I was watching it on a flight. And honestly, everyone was so excited for that one-on-one. It's a cheat code when he can finish with a dunk like that.
Wemby making it personal here and then kicking it to Stephon Castle. What? How is that real?
Yeah,
Iman, how would you defend that?
Yeah.
I would have told Chet to do his job, man. You got to do your job, man.
Really?
Well, Chet got better as the game
that.
went on. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I know that they have maybe downplayed this rivalry over time. Their play here, Shanae, told a different story.
Absolutely. Shai, you knew it was going to be a matter of time. Did you see that move right there? The between the leg and full stride, slow down, hit the brakes, knock down the mid-range. That man is lethal.
SGA is cooking, and here's where we see some separation really created. SGA putting De'Aaron Fox in a spin cycle, taking the contact, and banking in
I haven't said this in a while. And one, son. And one, son.
SGA gets the ball up top. You knew this was good as soon as it left his hand.
Oh,
Gets it around, hype.
Oh, my God. Oh.
You don't
Put it
usually
away,
see that
SGA.
from Shai.
Don't do
Usually
that.
it's cooler than the other
I
side
love
of the
it.
pillow.
Give it to me.
Champagny looking for Wemby in the paint. SGA rises up. He said, get that
Team defense.
out of
Okay,
here.
I love that.
Insane block by SGA. The Thunder take down the Spurs and go on to win 119-98. Here's SGA.
We kind of had no choice. We all knew when we woke up this morning. This team had got the better of us the last 2 times we played them. And that doesn't happen to this group. It doesn't happen a lot. I can't remember the last time it's happened. But yeah, uncomfortable feelings and adversity is where you find growth and find who you are. And we showed it tonight. Now, it's just about, now from here on, it's just about getting better. Tonight wasn't our Super Bowl. It wasn't anything else in another game on an 82-game season. We got to find ways to get better. We could have did things better tonight, and we'll continue to do so and learn from them.
Well, Super Bowl or not, the Thunder, they stepped up on defense Tuesday. They became the first team to hold the Spurs under 100 points a game this season. OKC had 11 blocks in the game after combining for just 12 blocks over their first 3 games against San Antonio. So, Shanae, what happened?
Don't you love it when the defending champs get their bark back?
Man, that's all.
That bark.
That's all.
All right, time to go shot for shot with Shump, all right? And the way they did it was by owning the paint on both ends of the floor. I'm going to take the offensive side because it was truly impressive to see how they occupied Victor Wembanyama, the hardest thing to do in the NBA right now. As we head to the breakdown, they occupied Victor Wembanyama. J-Dub did an excellent job at this because Victor's on the weak side. They had multiple ball screens to keep him occupied. Harrison Barnes is here, and because Victor is a step late, that allows the drive to come. The help can't affect that layup or dunk. And J-Dub was very experienced with this. His poise was great, and he finished through the contact and got back on defense. Another play right here. You see multiple screens. Victor's like, hey, get to the corner. Actually, that's my guy. Instead, this allows a little bit confusion. You're not always going to get all the way to the rim. This time, you're smart. You do a pretty little floater. And I want to show you guys the nuances of how they attacked, because look at the difference between layups and dunks versus the Spurs. The first 3 games, J-Dub, he had 13 attempts. He almost made that total on Tuesday night with 10, but his efficiency went up. Layups and dunks, you want to shoot around 60, 70% there. He was at 80%. It was not just him. It was his teammates occupying Victor Wembanyama, the toughest defender in the league, to be able to get this type of efficiency. But I also know defensively they were really holding it down as well.
Without a doubt. When I saw the Thunder on defense this time, it seemed like the previous games, when we saw their previous meetings, it seemed like they were trying to fill it out. They were trying to feel. If you look at it, they are standing Victor Wembanyama up as high as they can. If you can keep him up and then you can keep guys engaged on the side, you see that little move he had to do where he had to bring it over top. Just that small hitch in a jump shot can change the outcome on the other end. So when you come down here again, they're going to web up right here. They're going to bully up and try and get him up. Actually, this isn't the greatest defense. That should be a dunk. But when you start talking about team defense, this is what excites me about OKC in this game. They are all willing to be a part of that. They are all willing to get dunked on by somebody that should be dunking on them. And when you start talking about team defense, cleaning the glass, that is their DNA. That's what they did in the playoffs. That's how they got a championship.
So, Shump, you were never afraid to get dunked on as a defensive expert?
Oh, no, I don't mind getting dunked on. It just didn't happen.
We got the receipts to show that.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mind it. It just doesn't happen.
We're going to need research to confirm. We might have some tape that we need to roll back a little bit later in the show. But I think after watching the Spurs and Thunder's last couple of games, it's easy to forget. Shump, you good over there? Oh, we're just dropping.
Oh, my little battery pack done fell
It's all
out,
right.
man.
It's all right.
He may be a vet on the floor, but he's still a rookie in the studio. We're going to get you set here,
I don't do turnovers.
Don't you worry
I got to get the
about it.
battery back on.
There you go.
I
do
be doing
think
turnovers, man.
Yeah, no. That's not what you're about. I do think, though, it's easy to maybe forget that Oklahoma City is still on pace to be one of the greatest teams that we have ever seen in NBA history. Bobby, what was your takeaway?
I thought the kryptonite for this Oklahoma City team, especially against San Antonio, was the inability to get out and run off turnovers here. This is something that San Antonio has controlled in those 3 wins. San Antonio still won the turnover battle last night, +8 in points off turnovers, -16 in points in the paint, though. So I thought it showed you that Oklahoma City can beat you without getting out and running here.
The Williams trio, if you will, the Williams triplets were also excellent in this game. On the Spurs side, Chiney, what'd you learn?
I learned that they still have some learning to do, and I like it because you need losses like this to motivate you to not feel like you're over cocky if this happens to be a matchup in the Western Conference, right? So what I learned is that, like, I liked how Victor set the tone going downhill, but I do think that these types of losses are normal as a team that is ahead of schedule.
So you're saying we shouldn't overreact to the 3 wins from San Antonio, just like we don't
just give me more of this in the playoffs.
All right.
Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA, I'm a